Cookham in Berkshire, and I'm just about to meet up with Emmy. She works normally in a day centre for the elderly in the area here, but because of the lockdown, it's shut, and she's helping the people that would normally go to that day centre by calling them and reassuring them and making sure they're okay. Like hundreds of others, Elizabeth House Daycare Centre closed its doors back in March. Emmy, how are you?
Hi, Ross.
I know we've got a social distance. Can I sit down here?
Yeah.
Thank you. The closure meant elderly members using the care home services have now lost a much-loved resource.
It's a place where all the elderly in the community go to meet up and make friends and socialise. They have daily entertainment, they have a in-house cooked hot lunch.
But obviously it's had to shut down, is that right?
It's locked up, yeah, because everyone's self-isolating because of the pandemic. It's been quite a shock for a lot of them. They're stuck at home, they're self-isolating. A lot of them are really lonely.
Since the lockdown, Emmy has been volunteering her own time to deliver warm words of encouragement to many of the elderly people who normally use the day centre, while checking up on how they're coping with social isolation.
Initially, I phoned 64 people, and then it was
Too much.
too much. It was emotionally
Draining.
quite daunting, yeah.
So without that day centre and without that community, they are virtually on
Cut
their
off,
own
yeah.
and cut off from any other kind of social interaction.
Yeah, exactly. So
Emmy, who are you going to call?
I'm going to call Irene.
Hello?
Hello, Irene.
Yes?
It's Emmy here.
Oh, hello, Emily. How are you, dear?
I'm okay, thanks. And you?
Good, yeah.
How you?
Bored?
You bored?
I'm a bit bored.
Oh no.
But I do miss Elizabeth's house.
Yeah, I do too, Irene.
I hope it won't be too long before
Yeah.
we can go back again.
Yes, I'm hoping for that too.
Oh, of course, I'll have to get through it, dear. I miss my husband, you know. 'Cause we
Yes.
were married 66 years,
Oh no.
and I just lost him 3 years ago. But it doesn't seem that long to me. I'm lucky with my girls and all my grandchildren, so I shouldn't complain at all, really.
No.
Emmy's one of hundreds of thousands of people that are volunteering to help in her local community.
Hi, Dean. It's Emmy here. How are you doing?
And again, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be making PPE for the front line. Of course, that's vital, but it's the little things that are really important. You know, for Irene to get a call once or twice a week just to check on her, make sure she's okay, means an enormous amount to her. You can hear her, you know, coming alive. She said, I'm bored, you know. She misses going to the day centre where Emmy works, and she can't wait for it to reopen again. But that's not going to happen in the near future. So these phone calls mean an awful amount. And it's not long before it's my turn to lend a hand. Hi Glenys, it's RossKemp here. Now, are you on your own at the moment?
I am at the moment. Yes, my husband's in Portugal.
So he went over to bring a car back, and then the virus happened and everything went into lockdown. That must have been a real shock for you, mustn't it?
Well, it's a little bit difficult. I've got so many jobs for him to do when he does get back.
But this is a dreadful time to be separated from your partner, isn't it?
Well, it's not very good at all, but there are people worse off than myself, so I've just got to grin and bear it, basically.
There are so many people who are still separated from their loved ones. I know that the government are doing all they can to repatriate as many people as possible, but you know, there are certain people who just can't come back at the moment. Glenys' husband being one of them, and it must be awfully hard to not be with your loved one at a time like this. But we also know there are lots of people out there that have lost their loved ones, you know, very recently. And as Glenys said, you know, and they're having it a lot harder. Volunteers like Emmy are playing a crucial part in taking time to talk to someone who is isolating on their own. Emmy, thank you so much for your time, and keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye,
See
Ross.
you.
Take
Thank
care.
you. Bye.
While Emmy continues her weekly ring around, I'm off to deliver a special surprise message to one of the care centre's regular users.
I'm just about to meet a lady called Caroline. She's self-isolating and she benefits from phone calls that she gets from Emmy every week. But I've also got a special message from her granddaughter, Laura, who lives in France. Caroline?
Hello, Ross.
Hi. How are you finding being in this isolation?
I miss the company, from Elizabeth House. I used to go there.
The day centre.
Yeah.
And how important is a day centre for you?
It is very important. I really enjoy going there, and there's a mixture of obviously retired people and some few characters there as well. Yeah.
Now, you've got a granddaughter called Laura.
Yes, I have.
Now, when was the last time you spoke to her?
I haven't seen her properly since February. No.
Right, well, I want you to put some gloves on if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, sure.
So basically, we have... So obviously, we're having to social distance. Caroline is in the vulnerable bracket, even though she's very fit and very healthy. And, we will have to be very careful at these times. So I've put gloves on. I'm going to hand her something now. It's something I don't think she's seen. I'm going to ask you to step back so I can put this... Keep going a bit further back, Caroline. I'm going to lay it on the chair there, and then I'm going to step back.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you to see if you can pick that phone up for me.
Though the heavens have opened up, the rain can't spoil this special moment.
Pick it up, darling, yeah. And it's just that blue triangle. If you keep coming forward. So it's a recording that she sent to you, your granddaughter.
Hello, Grandma. Just a little
There you
video
go.
to say that we're fine, me, Michael, and Sohan. We wish you could be here with us.
So do I.
We miss you very, very, very much, and I wish you can come in France in a few weeks. Sohan loves you. I love you, and Michael loves you.
I love you too, darling. Can't wait to see you all soon, I hope. All right, sweetie? Thank you for talking to me. Bye.
Oh, darling, you put the phone down. You see the weather's changed a bit. It's emotional, wasn't it?
Yeah, I do miss them.
Well, of course you do.
Yeah, I miss them all. I miss,
I'm sure they miss you.
well, you hear what she said,
Yeah.
They are lovely. I've got a lovely... Oh, excuse me.
It's all right, Dot.
I've got a lovely family. I really have got
Yeah.
a lovely family. Yeah. I'm sorry you boys had to come out in the rain.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. It's worth it to see your face. Well, it's made you happy, hasn't it?
Oh, yes, it has. Yeah, it's lovely. That is really nice. Thank you.
Well, and she says that hopefully she'll be able to see you very soon.
Well, yes, but how long this is going to go on, Ross, nobody knows.
We don't know that.
We just
But, it's important that we always try and stay in touch with each other as much as we can.
Yes, yeah, it's lovely.
So it's lovely meeting you.
Yeah, thank you, Ross. It's nice meeting you.
Yeah. She has no access to social media, so that's the first time she's seen her great-grandson since he was born a month ago, and you saw the impact that had on her. It's really important in the times that we are presently living in that people know that their families love them even though they can't be with them. Stay warm, stay safe.
Okay, darling. Thank you
Yeah?
very much.
Lovely talking to you.
Yeah, thanks, Ross.
Okay,
Good luck.
lots of love. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.